Hi, folks. This is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. Well, we've just had a fabulous week in Marlborough, Massachusetts, representing our area to people that are planning their fishing world for this year. And you know, one of the interesting things is so many people we talk to, if you say upstate New York, forget it. They're thinking of 100 miles north of New York City. And they don't realize that upstate is way upstate. That I don't even think that our world exists in their minds. It's really interesting. If we hadn't been doing these shows for several years, they wouldn't have a clue of where we were from. But now they've come to recognize that when they hear the name Meissner, people say, they'll come by and they'll say, oh, yeah, we've been hearing other people talk about that. This is that new Bass Mecca place, isn't it? And these are kind of like some of the things we hear from people. But what is really interesting to me is the things that I can take away from these shows that I can pass with you. And one of them that really struck me is I went over, they have what they call a hog trough. It's a gigantic tank, aquarium type of thing with largemouth bass in it. And there's steps that go up to it. And there's a stand up on top over and above the tank where people can stand up and give seminars. And this one guy, he has this company called Mayo Baits. His last name is Mayo, like mayonnaise. And he was up there talking about why you should fish these baits. And I went over and I was just watching. And he would throw the baits out in the water. They're soft plastic replicas of some of the things that he feels that fish will love to eat. And he would throw these baits in. And I don't think color was that important, but he was using like a motor oil or a green pumpkin type of color, which seems to be favored in all parts of the eastern United States. But anyway, it blew my mind to watch what was happening. He'd throw as far down to the end of the tank he could, and when that lure would hit the water, and I've seen people on tanks, and I've done this several years myself, been up on tanks giving seminars, and I've never seen anything like it. These fish would rush to that bait. They'd suck it in, and you think that now he doesn't have a hook on it. There's no way he's going to hurt the fish, but they'd suck it in and they would hold on. They'd try to swim to the other end of the tank and they'd swim back towards him and he had to pull it out of their mouth. And as soon as it come out of their mouth, another fish would hit it. And I just, anybody watching would say, oh my gosh, we've never had fishing like that. We must have to get these lures to be able to catch fish like that. Now that's what anybody doing these shows would hope for, that they would have something that was that dramatic. And later I went over to him at his booth and I said, let me ask you something. Why do you think fish hate your lures so unbelievable up there on the tank? And he says, I don't know. I can't really tell you. Or maybe I said to him, what makes your lures better? And he didn't give me a specific answer. But he showed me, he said they're hand poured and they don't come apart in the water when fish hit them, or they don't break apart. They keep their shape. But maybe there was something in the smell, and they just look so natural to those fish. If you could get a bait like that, the phenomena is unbelievable, and it really affected me. I'm thinking, holy cow, I got to get these baits and try them. So guess what? I put my dunce hat on, I went over, and I bought a number of packages of the baits. And I'll sure let you know if they become the wonder baits for me this year. But it's amazing when you can see fish react. You know, we tell you about things that work, but when you can actually stand there and in that clear water, watch how the fish react to something like this, it's amazing. And I will tell you, I've never seen anything like it all the years that I've been doing shows. It's like he had the $1 million baby there. But anyway, until next week, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.